Hey Internet, Eric here. Rachel's over there.
Hello.
We haven't talked about a movie in a while, so tonight we have decided. What was it? I gave you the choice to talk about a movie,
Yeah.
and I was glad you didn't pick Annie. So tonight we
We'll save
decided.
that for later.
Yeah, we are going to talk about 2005's Not Another Teen Movie. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. I discuss plot spoilers and all that stuff. Uh, let's see. Basically, Not Another Teen Movie is all when teen movies were popular, we had She's All That and what was it? Drive Me Crazy, and there's teen movies coming
Bring
out.
It On.
Bring It On, all that stuff coming out in the 90s. And everyone was sick of them. So we have all those movies thrown into one in like a big, disgusting R-rated parody.
Yeah.
Most of this movie is, I think, a parody of She's All That.
She's All That mainly, but a little bit of Bring It On and
There's bits of everything because there's also 80s teen comedies thrown in there. What we got, and then because they're all characters from movies. We got the main story is, like I said, She's All That. She's All That. The popular jock, played by Chris Evans, who is now famous as Captain America, is given a bet. And it's exactly like She's All That. Is given a bet, or is placed in a bet by the cocky blonde guy, who is played by Eric Christian Olsen from, he's in Dumb and Dumberer, the prequel. Him, he's like, the villain. He says, I'm going to give you, till prom to turn the geek into the prom queen or whatever. And they choose Janey Briggs, who is the pretty ugly girl, is what they say.
she's got paint on her overalls.
Yeah, she's ugly because she wears glasses, she's got a pigtail, and she's got paint on her overalls. And he's got until prom to turn her into the prom queen. That's the main story. But then there's, other side stories. We'll talk about the characters.
Okay.
Chris Evans as the popular jock. He's not Captain America in this.
No.
If you have only seen Chris Evans as Captain America, you're in for a big surprise.
He's the Freddie Prinze of...
He would be Freddie Prinze Jr. and She's All That. Mm-hmm. But, he's vulgar and disgusting. He's the popular jock.
Yeah.
If you've never seen him in anything other than Captain America, watch Varsity Blues. And then you'll realize that he does the whipped cream bikini. You'll never look at Captain America the same way again. He's very likable. He's probably the main character other than Janey Briggs. Janey Briggs is the pretty ugly girl. Or whoever the actress is. She's decent. We'll just go through all the characters. Then we have the nasty cheerleader, wonderfully played by Jamie Priestley. I saw Jamie Priestley. I first saw her. Presley. That's why I have you here. She's the mean girl. But I first saw her in My Name is Earl, and she plays white trash wonderfully. She plays like the white trash bitch. Well, here she plays, the evil bitch here. She's fantastic. She's pretty, she's funny, she's mean, she's nasty, she's hilarious, and she's one of those characters that you laugh at all the time, even though you're supposed to fucking hate her. Yeah.
And she does a parody with American Beauty, with the guy with the bag.
I've never seen American Beauty, but yeah, we'll get into it. We also have the foreign exchange student. Her name is Areola. I think she's the parody of Shannon Elizabeth's character from American Pie.
Yeah.
She's literally there just to walk around naked, and she literally, every time you see her, she's full frontal, butt-ass naked. And there's a funny bit how she's the foreign exchange student, but her accent changes every time. Like, she's having a whole conversation with Janey, and she goes from French, I think, to Irish to Asian maybe, or Mexican or something like that.
Yeah.
We have Eric Christian Olsen, I said, as the cocky blonde guy. He's there to be the cocky blonde guy. He's an asshole, and he's funny. We have the token black guy, played by Bud from Cosby Show. He's literally, and he even explains what he's in this movie for to say that is whack, aw shit, and bling bling.
Yeah.
And he does that like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
And he's really, really funny.
That is whack.
That is whack. He's really funny because he's always got the headphones on.
Yeah.
It's the stereotypical black character in all these 90s films. The headphones on, and then next time you see he's got the cornrows, and then he's got an afro, and then there's a dance sequence where he comes out like James Brown with the cape. Really funny. The perfect girl, played by Lacey Chabert, she's the one that's fawned over by the Desperate Virgin.
Yeah.
And that's from...
I can't remember the name of it.
Can't Hardly Wait.
Yeah.
With Jennifer Love Hewitt, which I thought was funny that Lacey Chabert is parodying Jennifer Love Hewitt when they were both on Party of Five. And then you got the Desperate Virgin, who is basically Anthony Michael Hall from 16 Candles, and I hated him in this.
Yeah.
I absolutely hated him.
I agree.
He wasn't funny.
He was more annoying.
He's very annoying, and the problem is he's not one of those annoying but you're going to like him characters. I hated him throughout this whole fucking
Really?
movie.
I always thought there's that one scene that when it makes fun of Breakfast Club that's kind of funny.
I guess that's funny.
But
I didn't really I don't like him at all.
Either.
I hate him. You got the Beautiful Weirdo. I guess he's a parody, you said, from American Beauty.
Yeah.
Never seen it, so I'm not even going to talk about that. You got the team mascot named Sausage. And he is teamed up with Reggie Ray, who is played by the fat guy from Varsity Blues, who plays Billy Bob. Mm-hmm. And, of course, it's a parody because Billy Bob had a fat pig named Bacon, so Reggie Ray has a fat pig named Sausage. And Reggie Ray is not on this.
No.
No, he's not on the cover. He's funny because his running gag is from Varsity Blues. If you've seen Varsity Blues, the coach is always pushing everybody to go further than they're supposed to, and Billy Bob ends up getting a concussion and getting hurt real bad. So there's this running gag on
how many concussions
Reggie Ray can have until he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this wonderful scene where they're playing football, and you got the scoreboard, and it's got like the visitors score, and it's got the home score. What down it's on, what yard line it's on, and then Reggie Ray's concussions to go, and every time he gets hit, it goes down.
Coach says it's okay to bleed from the ears.
Yeah, he's hilarious overall. And then you got other people not here. There's instead of the white guy trying to be black, you got the white guy trying to be Asian for some reason, and it's really funny. Especially when he tries to act Asian in front of the Asian kids, and they just karate kick him in the face and knock him out. So overall, the main characters, other than this douchebag here, are funny. And she's not in this, but we got Mia Kirshner, who I know from The Crow, City of Angels. She plays, is it Sarah Michelle Gellar's character?
Yeah, from
Cruel Intentions.
Yes, thank you.
She is going to help Chris Evans turn Janey into the prom queen, and
their brother and sister.
In response to that, he has to sleep with her, but he doesn't want to because they're brother and sister. And there's a scene where she rubs up against him. He's like, "Oh, you're my sister, only by blood." It's disgusting humor like that, but it's well written and it's well acted and it's super, super funny. Is there any? Oh yeah, there is one character I'm missing. We got Randy Quaid.
Oh yeah,
we got to talk about Randy.
We got two characters then. Yeah, one more after that.
Randy Quaid is Janey's severe alcoholic Vietnam veteran father.
Yeah.
And he's basically Randy Quaid right now.
He's playing himself.
He's playing himself. Every time you see him, he's drunk off his ass, trying to give fatherly advice, and then calls his daughter pumpkin tits at the end. What was it? He drops her off at school, and he says, okay. Something like,
have a good day.
Have a good day. I'm sorry I won't be able to pick you up from school or ride the bus home because I'll be too drunk to pick you up. And Janey says,
well, we don't want you drinking and driving.
Well, I'll be driving. I'll just be too drunk to remember to pick you up. Some shit like that. And then there's the scene, like in every teen movie. Girl gets pissed off at the jock, finds out it's a joke. Then the jock has to run and save, tell his true feelings and blah blah blah. Well, he runs into Randy Quaid while Randy Quaid's having a flashback under the table, and he thinks Charlie's shooting at him, and he's got the dog bone as a gun and stuff like that. So Randy Quaid, crazy Randy Quaid, is really really funny in this. He's probably one of my favorite characters. Who am I forgetting?
Mr. T.
Oh, well, there are some cameos, but I just remembered who I forgot, and there's a reason why I forgot. Ricky the best friend.
Ricky the best friend?
Ricky the best friend, who's supposed to be Ducky from not 16 Candles.
Pretty in Pink.
Pretty in Pink, it doesn't matter. He's the guy that's in love with the main girl, but of course he's friend-zoned. There's a reason why I forgot about him. I hate him too.
Yeah, he's gross.
He's
gross.
You think he's gross because there's a scene, well, like I just explained, when Chris Evans is running after Janey, because she's going to France because she wants to go to art school or some shit like that. And it's a wonderful sequence where they're trying to get to her first, and the best friend gets hit by a bus.
Yeah.
Well, after he dodges a bunch of cars, and then he gets run over by a bicyclist who wants his $2.
Yeah, from
Better Off Dead. And then he gets hit by a bus, and then he finally makes it to the airplane, the airport, and his body's like all just disheveled. He's
got like a broken leg.
He's got a broken leg, and he even twists it, and you hear the noise, and his fingers are broken, and his teeth are missing, and it's yeah. Rachel
bleeding on my suitcase.
Yeah. Rachel can't watch the scene with the kneecap because it gets her every time. So those are all the main characters. There are some cameos, like Molly Ringwald shows up as the lady who's taking the tickets at the airport. Mr. T shows up as the wise janitor.
The principal from Breakfast Club
plays the same character.
Yeah.
And probably the funniest sequence is when they're recreating the Breakfast Club.
Right.
So that's all the characters. We got all the characters out of the way. Overall, what did you think of the movie?
I really enjoy this movie. I think it's hilarious. It's very vulgar, so I would not suggest anybody seeing this for a first date.
Yeah, that's funny because the first time, when we first started going out, this was like the third or fourth movie we'd seen. We hadn't gone out for a long time. We still were kind of getting to know each other. Like, we saw Planet of the Apes together and Rush Hour 2, so whatever, cheesy. And then we saw this. And we didn't know, should we be laughing at
that part?
Should we be laughing at this and let the other one know that we find this vulgar stuff humorous or not? And yeah, it is very vulgar. It's even worse in the unrated extended edition. I laughed my ass off every time I watch this. It's really smartly written. It's kind of like Naked Gun, because there's also a lot of visual gags. Like, they go to John Hughes High School.
Yeah.
They eat in Anthony Michael Dining Hall. And then there's gags all over the back. Like, when they're eating in we're talking about how vulgar it is. When they're eating in Anthony Michael Dining Hall, they say the hot dogs are used to help learn oral sex, which is kind of like Fast Times at Ridgemont High when they're using the carrots. It's really smartly written.
I think it didn't get a lot of play because I think people automatically thought it was going to be like a scary movie, which...
I don't know if this came out first or... I think Scary Movie came out.
Scary Movie came out first, but I think people thought, well, that's just another scary movie, so I didn't get as much.
This was directed by Joel Gallen. I have no idea who that was.
But
I like this better than Scary Movie.
Oh, yeah.
I think Scary Movie is overrated. I don't really care for the Wayans brothers. There's only so many times I can see a penis or listen to a drug joke and laugh.
Yeah.
The jokes are quick, funny, different.
They're not all drug jokes.
They're not all drug jokes. They're not all gay jokes. They're not all, poop.
Yeah.
Poop jokes. We'll get to the poop part.
Yeah, that's gross.
But the writing is so good. The actors look like they're having so much fun in this film. Let's see. Now we'll get to the bad stuff. The parts I don't like. Other than, like I said, Ricky, the Ducky character, and then the Desperate Virgin character. I'm not a fan of poop jokes. And Rachel kind of finds fart jokes and poop jokes funny.
Sometimes, depending on how they're done. Like, if it's like Fart jokes I do think are funny, I'm not gonna lie. But
she likes them.
Poop jokes I don't like necessarily. I think poop jokes are a little bit more disgusting than fart jokes.
There's a scene where, you got the Anthony Michael Hall character, you got the white boy trying to be a Chinese, and then you got
the guy from American Pie.
Guy number 3.
Parody guy.
Yeah, guy number 3. And they're in the vents, and they're trying to sneak in the girls' locker room. And you see the naked girls, and, ooh, can you help put this body lotion on me, and stuff like that. And then they walk over, and then they see the toilet, and of course you see the hot girl, not Areola, but you see a very, very, very pretty girl, and of course she's sitting down, she's taking a shit, which, it's not going to be good. Yeah. And then when you watch this film, and you realize how it's going, she doesn't just, go to the bathroom, she's got, the diarrhea shits everywhere, and it's so fucking gross.
It is gross.
And it's literally ongoing for 3 minutes, intercut between the 10 Things I Hate About You speech.
Yeah.
And then suddenly they fall through the ceiling, and then the toilet comes down, and the shit's shooting all over the teacher.
And then they fast play to the Sloppy Joe.
And then, no, but that was smart. I'll give it credit. The shit is spraying on the teacher, and it's getting on the students, and I fucking hate poop jokes. I hate them. I hate them worse than fart jokes. That's the lowest common denominator for a laugh, and she's giggling over there because I said fart jokes. That's my point, Internet. Fart jokes. Fart jokes. But I'll give it credit because it cuts from the shit hitting the teacher in the face to a lunch tray and a Sloppy Joe or meatloaf is just put on the tray, and it's given to the girl who took the shit.
Yeah, and she walks away all happy.
So and she's like, and she takes the tray and goes to go eat. So I'll give it credit for that cut, but the shit in the face.
Yeah, that's gross.
And then there's one more disgusting part. There's a movie called, what is it, the Drew Barrymore movie?
Oh yeah, Never Been Kissed.
Never Been Kissed. I guess Drew Barrymore is a 30-year-old pretending to be a high school student.
Yes. This part is gross.
They do this. They're parodying, yeah. They're parodying that, but instead of getting a 30-year-old actress, they get an 80-year-old actress. And she's gross. She's picture Estelle Getty or something. And she's got, the fake blonde wig, and she's calling people dude and stuff like that, trying to be hip. And then they're at a party, and Mia Kirshner, the one who wants to sleep with her brother, she's talking to the old lady. The old lady says she's never been kissed and this and that. So Mia Kirshner, as a nice girl, is going to teach her how to French kiss. And it's not the fact that Mia Kirshner is making out with an 80-year-old. As gross as that sounds.
And it's a parody part of Cruel Intentions.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. It's not the fact that Mia is making out with an 80-year-old. As gross as that sounds. It's how they do it.
Yeah.
They do a kiss. And then they do the kiss, and then they open their mouths, and then the tongues are going all around the lips. In and out and back and forth and up and down and sideways. And then they pull like this, This is Mia, and this is old lady. And then
there's a big string.
They're kissing, and then suddenly, like this. And then they pull away. They pull away. And there's this long strand of saliva connecting them. And Mia, wipes her mouth. But then you see the old lady like this.
I can't even,
The old lady like this. And she goes, that was cool. And a spit bubble pops. And you see her fucking dentures fall down in her mouth. It's the most disgusting thing. I don't know what's more gross, that or the poop.
I don't know. They're really gross. I almost threw up just now thinking about it.
So I don't know, but that's what it is, a gross out comedy. But there's a wonderful dance sequence.
Yes.
I love the dance sequence from Prom Tonight. Yeah. Every character's in it. It's a catchy song. I'm not gonna sing it. But it goes from, Janey singing to Chris Evans singing to the three dorks singing in a diner, and the cook is talking about how he just jerked off to their French toast, and then
you got Randy
Quaid's talking about how he's having a Vietnam flashback, and Bud's only there because he's the black guy. Yeah, it's really, really funny. Anything else you can think of?
It's just there's some memorable, funny quotes that are.
I like you got the asshole football coach who just says "God damn it" every second word.
And wasn't he actually in Varsity Blues? That guy?
No.
And then there's the part where the guy from it's in one of the Friday movies, the black guy comes in and meets up with Bud.
Bud is walking through the party and he sees Sean Patrick Thomas from Save the Last Dance.
Yeah.
And he looks at him and he's like, "What are you doing here?"
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm just here for the party." "Don't you know I'm the only black guy in this party?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, brother." "Oh, that's cool." It's a funny ass comedy. It's a funny ass cameo. Sean Patrick Thomas's name was finally getting out, so he showed up. It was kind of cool that he did that. I like the Lucas parody.
Yeah.
Where, that's why.
Gets ripped in half.
Yeah, Chris Evans has a hard time playing football because he accidentally caused the death of the Lucas character.
And he talks to Mr. T, who's the wise janitor.
Mr. T is the wise janitor, and he says, "I understand that you never should have let a half-blind, retarded kid play football." It's so offensive, but it's so much fun. I laugh my ass off.
I know.
Every time I see this film. And it's the same jokes over and over again, and I still laugh.
I know, it's so funny.
It's so much fun.
Because there's stuff I see in it that I forget about. Like,
I'm
like, oh yeah, I don't remember that.
Like the scene where Janey's, this tortured, angsty girl. Yeah. You see her in art class, and she's throwing her paint at the canvas and this and that, and going crazy, and she's listening to Bikini Kill and this and that, and then you see the picture of it, and it's just stick figures and. It's me and my mom. Oh, you have her eyes.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Really, really funny. And then, of course, they parody... What was it? The first time we meet Janey, she's masturbating to She's All That.
Yeah.
And that part was kind of over the top.
Yeah.
But it was funny. We won't spoil that. That's in the very beginning.
Yeah.
But overall, highly, highly recommend. Not another teen movie. Even if you hate teen films like She's All That and this, I think you'll love this. As long as you realize, it's vulgar as shit.
Yeah.
Literally. Dirty jokes.
As long as you go into it not expecting anything, you're gonna love it.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, that's why we like it, because we weren't.
I didn't know what to expect.
Right.
And like I said, Jamie Priestley is so much fun.
She's so funny.
She's so funny in this. Like I said, Chris Evans, he's not Captain America, but he's great. You got naked chicks everywhere. Except this fucking guy. He sucks. I hate him. But overall, so much fun.
Yeah.
So much fun. They parody movies from the 80s into the 90s to the early 2000s. Highly recommend Not Another Teen Movie.
I agree.
Have fun every time I watch it. So,
Me too.
There you go. We've rambled enough.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Click the bell. Don't care. Comment below. Tell me what you think or don't. Yeah, she's got paint on her overalls. Yeah. So in the end, I'll say
this isn't a Sunday. It's a banana split.
Yeah. Enjoy that scene. Cheers. And Coach says it's okay to bleed from the ears.